Huh. Well, this looks familiar. Hi guys, Matthew here and welcome back again to my channel. So, why does it seem like you already saw this keyboard somewhere? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's actually completely based off an existing model, Logitech's tenkeyless mechanical gaming keyboard, the G Pro. I actually did a review on it a while back, and if you wish to, feel free to check it out in the right top corner of this video. While this is the new G Pro X, which gets a refresh under its hood, but more on that later on. With that said, basically nothing was changed in terms of its design. We have this clean looking, well built and sturdy tenkeyless keyboard, covered with some glossy details and sort of like a matte black finish, which looks really nice, but it's an outer fingerprint magnet, which makes the job much easier for Horatio and guys from the CSI. The key layout is also the same. There's a total of 12 fully programmable F keys, some of which already have a preset multimedia function on them, together with a couple of others which also work in combination with the FN key. Besides those, the only non-standard dedicated keys you'll get is the one for turning the game mode on and off, as well as one for controlling the backlighting of the keys, and yes, it still doesn't offer different levels of brightness, it can just be on or off. That said, of course, we still have RGB backlighting for the keys, as well as the LightSync RGB feature, which you can control in Logitech's G-Hub utility software, together with customizing your keys and different profiles and other miscellaneous settings. Turning it onto its other side, we have this pretty cool looking bottom surface with 5 rubber pads and standoff feet which have 2 angles of adjustment, and in the middle of the back side wall there's a micro USB port for powering up the keyboard, onto which you hook up this spaceship looking like connector with a braided cable. So basically, to sum it up, everything is the same from the outside as with the original. Even the product box is done in a similar fashion. It's a bit hard to notice that black G Pro X sign at the top, so at first you would think that this is the original G Pro model in question, but thankfully on the side of the box there's another clear G Pro X sign, while this sticker on which it says GX Blue Clicky reveals what this model is all about: new switches. That's not to be confused with their GX Blue switch found in the G512 and G513 models, which have been available for just over a year now, or the low-profile GL switches which Logitech just recently introduced and which are coming with their G815 and G915 models. And I'm actually going to check out the G915 model as well, so be sure to stick around and subscribe for that one. Back to the GX Blue Clicky switches. Looking at the specifications, the GX Blue Clicky has a 2.0mm of actuation distance and 3.7mm of total travel distance, with actuation force being 50 grams, so except the actuation force, which is the same in both switches, the new GX Blue Clicky looks to be different from the regular GX Blue switch, as that one has 1.9mm of actuation distance and 4.0mm of total travel distance. Judging by those specs, it's somewhat similar to the Cherry MX Brown switch or even the Cherry MX Red, depending from where you look at it, since the GX Blue Clicky is right in the middle of those two when it comes to actuation force, although it has a bit longer travel distance. As I didn't have a chance to even try the regular GX Blue switch, this was set to be a new experience for me, although I do have somewhat of an idea what it could be like compared to some of the other major mechanical switches that I've tried before. But before I continue on to my user experience, what's most interesting about this setup and switches is that you can completely hot swap them and choose between 3 of them in total. They call this the Pro X Switch Kit. Basically, it's a complete set of different key switches. You just pull out the ones with which your G Pro X keyboard came and put in a new set. I'm improvising here with pulling them out just to show you, since I didn't get my hands on an additional switch kit, in which you get a special tool for that, but it's very easy to do it even without it. As of right now, they are available to pre-order and have a price tag of $50, and besides the GX Blue Clicky switch, as you maybe already noticed, you can also get the GX Red Linear and GX Brown Tactile switch, which are of course differently spec'd as you can see it here, and with which they are aiming to cover different preferences of users. Although this sounds nice to have and works in theory, I honestly do not see a lot of users buying left and right different keys once they get, so to speak, bored with the ones which are already on. As for the performance, I really had no complaints in terms of the use, everything worked as expected, snappy and precise, plus I personally prefer something along the line of Cherry MX Browns, which turn out to be pretty comparable with these performance-wise, but as I said, the GX Blue Clicky switches are much louder and tactile than them, which was no surprise, it says right in their name, Clicky. As I do type a lot, that can get a bit tiresome noise-wise, so I think I would personally go for the GX Brown tactile version. Since I have the G915 keyboard here, which has their low-profile GL Clicky mechanical switches, I thought why not do a quick sound comparison for you between these two types of switches, so here it is. As far as I can see, Logitech will still have the regular G Pro tenkeyless mechanical keyboard in their offering with Roamer G tactile switches, so you can choose to go either way. In the end, it was only natural for Logitech to make this transition to broaden their offer of switches within an already well-established and known product, but I do wish they did some minor improvements in other areas. For example, although it's not a big deal since it's a wired keyboard, I would still like to see an USB-C port and cable and support for different brightness levels, just to make everything that much easier. Plus, I think we all deserve that at this price point. That's it for this time from me. Thank you once again for watching. Toss me a thumbs up if you enjoyed my content, that really helps a lot. And if you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe, and if you already are, be sure to press that notification bell down below so you don't miss out on a new video. And until then, catch you later, guys.